Anything Goes podcast, man. It's your boy Sean Peoples. I'm here with my brothers, Mr. Reza, there with Dembe. People, if you're enjoying our movement, you like our vibes, like keeping up what we got going on, like, subscribe, share, comment with your friends, share with your friends and family too, man. Just let everybody know about us. Don't be keeping us a secret, trying to keep us all to ourselves and stuff, you know. But yeah, man, I'm here with my brothers and we want to sit back and talk for a minute, you know. Do we agree with the lockdown in Jamaica? Should there be a lockdown going on right now, or should the political leaders in Jamaica accept what's going on and just let people live their life, live their best life? You know, my brothers, I often wonder at times if humans are stupid, but you know, maybe it's just me. So let me ask y'all, what y'all think? What you think should take place here, Demby? Do you think the lockdown is justified, or what's going on?
Well, I'm torn between, this both scenarios because I feel like let me first say I think the lockdown is justified. I think it's necessary.
Yeah.
And I really don't have any agendas because I'm actually, going to Jamaica soon, and to know that there's a lockdown and still be, good with it, then you know that I don't have an agenda. I just feel like there are certain measures that need to be taken when people are actually being sick. And I feel like the leader is actually doing a good job as far as locking it down to prevent some sickness versus keeping it open. And then, everybody just gets sick and then now it become more than a pandemic, or now Jamaica becoming a hotspot. And one of the biggest reasons that I want to make this clear is because people are closing their borders to Jamaicans now. I actually heard that today.
Yeah, I hear that. And I actually hear that.
You hear that too.
That Trinidad is getting ready to open back their borders while Jamaica is closing down. Because they actually did something at first.
Right, exactly. Exactly. So, I feel like it's a good thing. It's the unpopular decision to make, and I'll oblige by it.
You know what, before Reza? When I hear people complain about certain things sometimes, right? I wonder if it's a lack of knowledge, or social media just have its hand so wrapped around the world right now that whatever negative you see on social media, it just run with it. So, but before we even get back to that part, Reza, what's your thoughts on the lockdown? You think it's justified, or you think that Bro God and his Goonies are just pushing their luck?
Well, I think it's justified. Yeah. I think the lockdown is justified because when you look at what they are doing is with the lockdown is not with the government is not setting an example. You know what I'm saying? So when you look at the people, and the people is doing the craziness, and you look at the government, and the government is not setting that example, then sometimes you could see why the people go out of hand. Because they, I've seen the way they're saying, well, let's close down the church, and at the same time they have the government that's having parliament meetings and everything. So the contrast can be made to say, well, the government is not leading by example, and when you look at people at the parties and they're doing that, it's foolishness, because they're gonna go home and give it back to their parents and grandparents
and grandparents and granduncle. Yeah,
and everybody. So I look at it's blame to go around on all sides, with the people and the government and certain things. So the lockdown is necessary, yes, but like we say with the government, they have to set an example, for everybody else, so.
Well, I think that that in times like them, they say you have to make the harsh decision sometime when you are the man in charge, the guy the people voted to be in charge. I would say that you have they put their trust in you to make sure that their safety is paramount to nothing else that can damage them. No, I know that a lot of people don't agree with the shutdown because, of course, they have money and people want to go party and all this stuff. But for the betterment of the country, the country has to be locked down in some form or way. If it's like this now, what I don't agree with, I agree with the lockdown. But what I don't agree with is how them do the lockdown. Like, I tell people go buy groceries and thing all at once. Yeah, you're still manifesting you're not stopping the spread. You're actually helping the spread. So you're putting all these people in one area at one time. Give them some space. Make them know, say, yo, we're gonna lock down. So people need to go out from now and start do this and start do that and start do this and start do that. Other than the day before lockdown, the whole country in a turmoil I run around and try.
True.
It doesn't make any sense to me.
Yeah.
And at this point, I would like to see how I would love to see them do a test or examination to see how much people actually catch COVID during that time than actually was not doing, wasn't following the original protocols. What do you think, Demby?
Yeah, I agree with you. I agree. I think that the steps that they take to implement the lockdown wasn't. People can look at it as not being justified. So I agree with that. And also I agree with you as far as the lockdown is necessary. But I think that the leaders have to put more thought in what they're doing. You can't just make decisions based off, just silly ideas.
And I feel like some one morning and say, you know what? A lockdown time, Yeah, man. We're a lockdown Thursday.
Right. You know what I'm saying? I think that is more of something that people could see coming, because I figure if people see something coming based on the trajectory or based on how things are running, then okay, they can more accept it. But when you just wake up one morning and know, all right, curfew change, this is what we're doing, then I think that is just rash decisions and there's no plan behind it. So yeah, I think it's a difficult situation, brother. And I mean, we want to agree with it because I think that we all here are rational. We want to agree with the lockdown, but make a better way where you can understand where we're doing or what the direction is. You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
I think if we ask the masses of the world overall, people are all in agreement that some form of resistance against the virus should be taken.
Yeah.
Now,
right.
They all don't agree in how
they should
and how much resistance, but at some point somebody have to make the decision. And like, we're not disagreeing with the lockdown, we're disagreeing with, well, at least for me, I don't want to speak for my brother, but I'm disagreeing with how they went about doing the lockdown, because I think you have jeopardized more people than actually helping people. Because now you don't rush, half of the country don't rush out for go buy groceries and all kind of things for the lockdown. Now them going back home to mama and auntie and them are gonna pass on this COVID to them. So I don't see how that make any sense. Razor. So that makes sense.
Yeah, it don't make any sense to me, because for me, even to say we're gonna shut down the grocery store is that's an essential part of people living. You understand? Some people might not have that money to go to the grocery store that day or that week. You understand? So I'm saying that to say, they should restrict people, have a restriction on how many people can go in a grocery store, you know, and
Well,
have
I
a
think
line.
they do, but it's just like with here.
Yeah.
We have plenty of love.
Yeah.
Nobody is following them.
Yeah.
You know, you go to one place and the man have the mask on his head. And I thought,
nobody, yeah.
but for instance, I was in Walmart on Tuesday.
Yeah.
And one old brother, old man he's walking in there with his mask on his head. So I'm looking at him and he's like, hey man, you know, they said when the AIDS thing was around, they said that you know, he was gonna be gone. He was gonna be out of here. And I ain't never wear a raincoat. So I ain't wearing no raincoat now. So I looked at him, I was like, this fool gonna die soon. Yeah, so but to speak, I see in Jamaica, I was watching the news, right, brothers? And I see that the workers that are considered important don't have rights to go back home because the government haven't thought out, say, when they run everybody off of the road, all the workers that you consider important, how are they gonna get home?
Yeah.
Them not have no transportation to get home.
Exactly. That's the point where you make rash decisions because no essential workers cannot go home.
Cannot go
and
home.
travel back and
You know?
forth.
The important,
what you gonna make?
You know, the important workers are out there. Talk to the news people. They must say, no, can't find a taxi. There's no bus. There's nothing. We are gonna go home.
Yeah, it wasn't well thought out,
Man.
That is the issue right there. It's not well thought out. No, you got to make sure that everything is well thought out because the essential workers at the hospital, not everybody drive.
Drive, exactly.
You know,
not everybody have vehicle in Jamaica. But, you know, even over here, not everybody have vehicle over here. But
exactly.
At least, you know, I don't even call them, you know, I like to make people understand the difference. I call them essential workers sometimes, but I like to call them important workers because the importance of having these people out here doing their job, even over here, the importance of having a McDonald's worker, which people should respect, and a Walmart worker, grocery store worker, which people should respect. Those people are important to the economy and the livelihood of people. So now you as the general for the country, the man in charge, decides say you're gonna lock down the country, but don't have no transportation for the important people.
Yeah.
Oh, that makes sense.
Yeah, that makes no sense. At least you gotta have a bus or something where at least I can take home these people and transport these people back and forth to work.
Bro, I forgot about them.
Oh man.
But that shows you the state of the country and the government, and that they whatever they do is never well thought out. You know, is always a rush thing or something that they just throw together. You understand? And that, you know,
it's rough, man. Cause you know, I then me say he's going to Jamaica here in a day or so. So when this plays, I think you'll actually already be back into the country. But when you think about where the country is right now than where it used to be, and then when you think about Jamaica at a hand, who at one point seemed like they was dealing with the virus well.
Yeah.
But the unruliness of the people and the government, you know, Jamaica government, they don't like to make the harsh decision until it's too late. They don't just like to implement stuff. Remember, we talk about that with weed. We talk about that with so many different things that they should jump on at the moment and they wait until it's too late. And then when it's too late, that can't help nobody.
Exactly.
But I think you made a great point that you said earlier. We was praising Jamaica at first and how they was dealing with the pandemic. And they switched far away from how they was dealing with it.
You know, sir, it probably come to a point where they probably wasn't dealing with it. It just, sometimes you get lucky. Like when I play basketball with my son, I do a turn around, I'm gonna lock my eye and shoot the ball and go squish. Bust up the net. We are run around. Whoa, you see that? Yeah, I was lucky. That's what happened to Brokaw.
Why, hey, luck run out on him, man.
Run out.
No, yeah. Now we are in dire
unprepared, he left the work of them. He left the people them out there, brother.
He did. He definitely did. And I feel like just put more thought into it. I think the decision is rushed. But if you just put more thought into the decision that you're making and let people gradually know what's coming down the pipe, I think they'll be more receptive of it.
Yeah, man. Yeah, I feel so too. You know what else I feel? I feel like, say, 12 o'clock in the day as a curfew. Oh, who is that helping? Because, go on.
Yeah, that doesn't even make sense. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's not benefiting nobody. You just force it, like you said earlier, like the point you make earlier, you just forcing everybody to rush into one place at one time. No, that's where the congestion is. That's crazy. Doesn't make sense. And I know he's doing a hard job, but it's crazy.
Yeah, but you have to think. Just because you are now the prime minister doesn't mean that you shouldn't think anymore. Because I'm sure he's a well-educated man and all these things. But it seems like he's not using not a percent of his brains right now, or maybe this whole situation is just too rough for him to handle, and he need to get some new advisors and different people around him for give him different theories and different options for where he need to use. But I see that the virus is out of control in Jamaica now. And if he didn't do something, it more likely would have got worse and worse. But what he did seems like that could possibly make it worse too.
Yeah. I think so, because when I was looking at the videos in the grocery stores, everybody was in there. People couldn't even move. So like you said, with that, all that in one space, all these people breathing the same air. Of course, people are going to catch a virus from that. It wasn't thought out. It wasn't planned out. It did a piss poor job at doing it. And come on, they got to do better than that.
Definitely. Yeah, I'd agree with both of my brothers and say that, like for me personally, like I said, I feel like the lockdown was warranted, but just how it came about was, poorly executed.
That's it. Yep. You're right, brother.
So, it's Anyting Goes podcast. We like to have some riveted conversations here. Sometimes we give you the ratchet, and then we give you the goodness, and then sometimes we try to give you some knowledge. This is one of those times. So, it's the Anyting Goes podcast. Your boy Sean Peoples. I'm my brother Dembe. That's my brother Mr. Razor. People, if you like our vibes, you like our movement, like, subscribe, share with your friends, share with your family. Anything Goes podcast, man. We rolling through.
Anything goes.
Yeah. We out.